Good evening, everybody. Justin here. We're going to be talking about the storm system coming up for your Tuesday. Jumping right into it now, we have this SPC outlook for tomorrow, showing a slight risk of severe weather across Illinois, Indiana, lower Michigan, and even the southeastern tip of Wisconsin. Looking down at the synopsis from the SPC, we're going to go right through it here. So the air mass across the region is expected to gradually destabilize throughout the day amid a combination of increasing low-level moisture and cooling mid-level temperatures. Even so, the general expectation is for the open warm sector to remain capped throughout the day. Initial thunderstorm development will likely occur via warm advection in the vicinity of the warm front from far northeast Illinois across northern Indiana, Ohio, and into lower Michigan. The highest storm coverage is anticipated north of the warm front, with the steep mid-level lapse rates and strong vertical shear supporting robust updrafts, capable of large to very large hail within these elevated storms. There is some chance for storms to interact with the warm front, particularly if the bound development occurs closer to the surface low, where thermodynamic conditions are more supportive of surface-based storms. And they leave it off with back low-level flow is also possible in these areas, resulting in the potential for supercells capable of all severe hazards, including tornadoes. The way it's looking right now, I feel like northeast Illinois, maybe Chicago, but maybe southeast of there as well, is really at the highest risk of severe weather tomorrow. I feel like southern Wisconsin could get clipped, but for the most part, that's not going to be our main story. Jumping into the 500 millbar level, this to me is the big picture. It's the eye candy. I think this is really fascinating to look at. If we go and look at what's happening at the 500 millbar level, we have two jets kind of phasing together here over this time period. So you have this subtropical jet here, and then you have the polar jet, and they're going to phase across the eastern United States. So if we go to the next slide here, you see that phasing begin. This is at Wednesday. This is basically Tuesday midnight into Wednesday morning, showing that phasing beginning to occur across the region, across the United States. This is a really beautiful looking storm, upper level pattern, I should say. And then, wow, by 18Z on Wednesday, look at this nice curvature here with a bit of a negative tilt developing in this upper level trough. So, man, at a high level, this looks really cool and really good. And it's like, wow, I feel like there should be something major happening with this. Going into the outlook for tomorrow, one of the things, because there's many things you could point to, right? But one of the things I'm looking at is the moisture. The NAM was very dry on this evening's 00Z run, and I'm looking at this is 850 millibar dew point temperature, just kind of indicating where is the moisture located at 21Z tomorrow. So this is around sunset, just before sunset. Typically, you would expect severe thunderstorms to be already occurring in a normal situation because of the heating, the peak heating. You want to see storms coincide with that and then going through the evening. But again, the NAM was sort of dry and not really that aggressive. But again, this is just one model. And we could take a look at the GFS, which is a little bit more moist. And again, this is all to do with timing. When that phasing occurs, it can happen at kind of an unpredictable rate. And it might come quicker, might come slower. It's just very, very low predictability that way. But I think overall, and I'm sure I know there's a lot of videos out there talking about the potential for severe weather tomorrow. I mean, it's been really hyped up in the news and not in the news so much, but maybe YouTube streamers as well. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Temperatures for Wisconsin, man, we could be approaching 70 degrees tomorrow in southern Wisconsin, which just blows me away. And a very warm day across Wisconsin seasonally for sure. I mean, that just speaks for itself, right? What an amazing weather pattern. So picking it up here around 6 p.m. tomorrow night. So this is when we would expect there to be peak activities, severe thunderstorms going wild across the risk area, and we really don't see that on the NAM. This is the higher resolution NAM, and we see more activity happening after the 6 p.m. period. Here we go. This is at 9 p.m. tomorrow evening, and you see those storms developing maybe quite vigorously across northern Illinois. And then I guess this model was really short burst, really like bang, here they are, potentially a tornado real quick, and then changing into more of a linear mode as it heads east, and also with additional development happening down here. Notice though, and again, we go back to this 500 millibar pattern, and then you go back to this, right? We're thinking, how are these two things, you know, the same image, right? And to me, it's just there's something missing in the moisture and just the way things are coming together. Maybe not for severe weather, but for the overall picture, you would think there'd be more coverage and precipitation. One of the other things to talk about is the temperature change. So we're going to have a sharp cold front plowing through here, and ahead of that cold front, this is the temperature up to the 60s and 70s, and then behind it, 20s, and then even teens as we head into Wednesday night. I wanted to show you this. It's very much not ready for prime time yet, but I wanted to show you the temperature heat map we've been building. And these temperatures here on Tuesday going up into the 60s across southern Wisconsin. And again, this is, if you're not familiar with it, obviously this is a heat map visual, which means we got like over time periods here, the colors of temperatures, and by location. These locations are sorted from north to south. So Superior and far northern Wisconsin, Milwaukee far south, and the temperatures how they play out over time. So you're seeing that we're hitting that peak heating around 3 p.m. tomorrow, and then really going down in a tailspin as we head into 3 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So within a very short period of time, maybe 9 hours, dropping 30 plus degrees. Let's just see how the precipitation uh, evolves heading through tomorrow night. And we're picking it up here around 7 p.m. tomorrow night. You're seeing those cells develop across northern Illinois, a little bit of snow in northwest Wisconsin, cells in northeast Illinois, head off into lower Michigan. This model, this is the lower resolution NAM, not really showing much development back into central Illinois, like some other models might be, but either way, then the cold front comes through, and then the snow flakes begin to fly, and then we see on Wednesday morning, this is still before dawn, that we have snow actually developing across the same area. There may have been tornadoes, believe it or not. So this is really crazy. And my next question goes, okay, so how much snow could we get after this? So after the 70s and severe weather, potential for snow accumulation, what realistically can we expect? And this is just another view at the NAM 3K, which is actually further north than the low res NAM. We're going to end it here on the precipitation prediction, the snowfall predictions from various models for the next 48 hours. And I'm just going to go through a few of them here and to give you a general sense. The first I showed you is European, this is Canadian, GFS, high resolution, some of the short range models from there, Icon, the NAM low res, which is further south, NAM 3K, which is further north. So you're getting a spread of generalization. This is 10-to-1 generalization, maybe up to an inch or two. I would be very, very shocked if we went over an inch or went more than that because of just how warm it's been. But yeah, this is definitely something to keep an eye on that could make it more interesting for your Wednesday morning. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this storm, and I will talk to you later.